Do you feel overwhelmed, like your life is constantly on overload? There's a simple reason why much of the Western world feels this way. We are an urgency-addicted society. We tend to focus on what's urgent, whether the activity is important or not. You can easily get off track if you allow unimportant activities to take precedence over those that are more important to you. It's so easy to make urgency the dominant factor and completely lose track of what's most important. Here's the challenge. The urgent things typically make themselves known to you. They're in your face and nearly impossible to ignore. If you struggle with a strong urgency mindset and you are ready to overcome overwhelm in your life, I have a solution for you. You will feel more fulfilled and at peace when you take steps to focus your time and energy on what's most important and avoid those activities that are not important to you. In a couple minutes, I'll provide you with the link to a short questionnaire so you can determine your urgency index score. One of the most valuable planning tools I've found is Stephen Covey's Time Management Matrix. This is a great tool for helping you evaluate how you invest your time by breaking it into 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1 is the quadrant of necessity. It represents activities that are urgent and important to you. Quadrant 2 is the quadrant of quality and personal leadership. This quadrant represents activities that are important to you, but because they are not urgent, they are easy to set aside for when you have more time. Unfortunately, more time never comes. You must plan and schedule Quadrant 2 activities, or the urgent things in your life will crowd them out. Quadrant 3 is the quadrant of deception, because you get deceived into believing that these activities are important because they're urgent, even though you've identified them as not important to you. Quadrant 4 is the quadrant of waste. It's considered wasteful to spend time on activities that are neither important or urgent. The most common Quadrant 4 activity I've encountered in my work with busy people is escape activities. When the stress level gets high enough, some people escape from reality by doing activities that do not address or resolve the problem that created the stress in the first place. The goal is to manage activities in Quadrant 1, focus on activities in Quadrant 2, and avoid activities in Quadrants 3 and 4, activities that you've deemed as not important to you. Remember that every time you say yes to someone or something, you are in fact saying no to someone or something else. Are you saying yes and no to the right things based on what's most important to you? I invite you to complete a short questionnaire so you can determine your urgency index score. You can access this by going to orgcoach.net/urgency. And I also invite you to check out my free webinar, Managing Priorities, to dive deeper into this topic and learn about a process that will help you live a more intentional and on-purpose life. Just click on the Resources menu and look under Webinars.